The ag industry calls for quick resolution on trade with China as a third wave of tariff increases takes a toll on producers facing continued economic uncertainty and hardship. Joining us now for an update is President of the American Farm Bureau Federation, Zippy Duvall. Thanks so much for joining us, President Duvall. And let's start with the widespread impact that this tariff war is causing producers and the uncertainty that it's creating across the sector.
Yes, we're very concerned about this continued trade war and with all the other problems that are hitting our farmers between the economy and the weather that's hit us on the harvest end last fall and now planting season this year, compounded by these trade wars, very difficult for our farmers.
Absolutely. Can you describe the demeanor among producers right now? Many are struggling with that uncertainty of weather impacts coupled with the tariff retaliation. What are you hearing from producers in farm country?
Well, you know, it's one thing to wait on our country to solve the trade war problems, but now we're waiting on our ground to dry up so that they can put their crop in, and they're running close on being too late to put a crop in, which would force them to make a decision to plant a different crop probably. You know, their patience are running out, and it's just not from one direction, it's from many different directions.
When it comes to planting this year, we are going to get some new projections from USDA later on today. But what are you hearing? I know you mentioned that some may be considering switching over, maybe from corn to soybeans, for example. We're also hearing that some farmers may actually not be able to plant at all.
Oh, that's exactly right, and we're real concerned about that, which we're really happy to know that the president's considering a second mitigation payment, which does not come even close to making up what we're going to lose because of the trade wars, but it will help our farmers ease some of the pain that they're going to have. The longer they go, the closer they get to the deadline to be able to plant their crop and be able to cover it by crop insurance, the more likely they are to change to a different crop. But they're in a rotation, and they don't want to break that, but if they have to, they would.
President Duvall, a new round of trade aid has been announced by President Donald Trump. Do you think it's enough to offset the losses that farmers have been dealing with for some cases over a year now?
No, it won't even come close to making up for what we lost over this trade war. But it does send a big message from the president that I promise to stand with my farmers, and I'm going to continue to do that. And it's going to take him a little bit longer to get this trade deal done. We all knew that China was going to be difficult, and we know now after this last week that he's lifted the 232 tariffs on steel and aluminum with our neighbors to the north and south. So things are looking up in some areas. We're very concerned about what's going on in China, and we need to move forward and get these deals solved.
We know you're a busy man. We really appreciate you taking some time with us today, President of the American Farm Bureau Federation.